Hi, I'm Kurt Smith, and welcome to App Talks, a series of conversations with Salesforce customers on how using business apps from the App Exchange can help you manage all aspects of your business. Today, we're going to talk about how Five9 partnered with Cloud Action to implement BMC's Remedyforce for their IT service management system. So welcome to App Talks, guys.
Thank you.
Tony, tell me a little bit about Five9.
Yeah, so Five9 is a leader in cloud contact center software, and Gartner just came out with their first ever Magic Quadrant for Cloud Contact Center, and we were a leader in that quadrant, so that was good for us. And service is one of the distinguishing factors for us, what makes us a leader in the quadrant, one of the things. And Remedyforce is one of the tools we use to help deliver that service.
And Samir, tell me a little bit about Cloud Action.
Yeah, so Cloud Action is a pretty interesting, successful story itself. It was co-founded 2 years ago. I was one of the co-founders. And we saw in the market there is not a deep Remedyforce service provider. So we took Remedyforce and a Salesforce exclusive service provider. We started with few folks and a few customers. In 2 years, we have 150 customers, and from few folks to 50 people. And we are very passionate about customer success and also passionate about our employee retention. So we have a 0% attrition in our company, which is pretty amazing in this world.
That is. So, Tony, tell me about the IT department at Five9.
Yeah, so I was brought on a year ago to build an IT department that focuses on treating our employees with the same customer service that we treat our paying customers. So our focus is on delivering services that delight our customers, being transparent, and communicating with our customers, and trying to get them the tools and the resources they need to be successful. So it's been a journey of culture change, but I think we're starting to see some of the fruits of that labor.
And what did you see the first day you walked in? What was the biggest challenge that you faced?
Yeah, so the first day I walked in, I was given the executive scorecard, and on that scorecard there was one item that was in red, and it was a integration between our Service Cloud platform, our ITSM solution, and our engineering rally development platform. And there was no integration between them, and so we had 4 people that were manually updating the 3 systems to keep information current. And as you know, that's time-consuming, it's prone to errors, and the information is not necessarily timely. So it was a big problem, and I was asked to jump in and start looking for solutions for that.
And how long have you been a Salesforce customer?
So at Dreamforce 2014, Salesforce presented Five9 with a 10-year plaque. So we've been a customer for 11 years now.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
that's great. And then how did you find Cloud Action and ultimately Remedyforce?
Yeah, so I started talking with BMC and with Brandy, our rep, at Dreamforce 14. I was explaining to her some of the challenges with our integration and our timeline and things that we need. And she said, hey, I think you need to talk to Cloud Action. And so she made the introduction for me with Cloud Action. And through a series of candid conversations with Samir, I started feeling really good about the company, what they could deliver. They brought on a person that I'd worked with before, and he and I were able to share some of the things we've done, as well as some of the things that we're talking about doing, and have a common point of reference to find out, hey, are we on the right track, and will these things work? So that was a natural fit. I checked resources or references for Cloud Action as well. I did my homework. But in the end, ultimately, it came down to I trusted that Samir would deliver on what he said he would.
So Samir, the challenge is yours. How did your team attack this?
I'd like to congratulate our Five9 and our team who was behind the scene to make it happen. We have expertise, deep expertise, we have experience, but what makes a difference is a passion about that. Our team is so passionate, they're working 18 hours a day, the weekend doesn't matter. Our tagline says consider it done, means consider it done. When we shake our hand, we just do it. So that was there. Second thing, we partnering with the customer. We said we are not a Superman. We will do some mistake, but as long as we trust each other, we will recover back. And we had some few challenges, but we could able to do it together. And the third thing, partnering with not only Tony, with his users, so that adoption and they feel good about it overall the project. So that's kind of the fundamental consulting 101 behind the scene to deliver successful results.
So you guys formed this great team. You implement Remedyforce. What were some of the initial results that you saw?
Yeah, so one of the very first results we had was OLA visibility, so operating level agreement visibility, which is an agreement between two business units, so our customer success team and our cloud operations team. And so when customer success escalates something over to cloud operations for support, we now had visibility to see what was taking place and how long was it taking to get things back. Tremendous improvement over what we had before. That was definitely one of the things that happened. Another success point was we had the 4 people I mentioned that were doing all the manual data entry. Those 4 people immediately went back to their regular jobs. That's all done, so instant savings in time, as well as, again, no errors. Another thing that was a huge win were dashboards for the executives. So we used to have literally 2 reports that we would look at every morning, one from Service Cloud and one from our ITSM solution, and we'd have to correlate that data. Now we have one authoritative report out of Remedyforce that has data that's common between Service Cloud and Remedyforce. So that is a huge win as well. Probably the last real win is I was talking to the SVP of Operations, and he said one of the things he really appreciates is that he doesn't get as many escalations now. And the reason is that people have more visibility into what's taking place along the process, and people are trying to do the right things and solve problems before they boil up to become an escalation. So that's a huge win as well.
So that's fantastic results, especially with the visibility throughout the entire organization for people getting their real jobs back.
Yeah.
I want to go a little bit deeper, though, into the implementation. Can you tell me how that went, how it started?
Sure. So it started with Cloud Action coming on site, and we did some working groups to develop the requirements that we would need, and we had our business customer in as well. And so we formed the requirements over about a month-long period. And then after that, we went into a build and test and iterate process that took several months to tune the product to meet the customer's requirements. But now I think we've got a product that, for the most part, is meeting the needs of the business.
And Samir, how does your team tackle the implementation?
Yeah, so from our perspective, once we sign the contract, it's off. It's not, let's talk about what exactly customer is asking for. They had some complex needs. So we put the team together. We had a team which is purely on the Remedyforce side, but they needed some tight integration with Service Cloud and Rally for the engineering team. So we brought some innovative ideas, which is Action have now become a accelerator product for us. And that we did it for 2 reasons. One is to make it collaborative, real-time integration, and also it's make it easy for customer to manage and maintain in future. That's one, and the second one is definitely the trust between them and our team, not only them, but the extended user team. So they're the 2 fundamental with the innovation and the commitment and the passion, which is pretty much, I would say, the success stories behind the scenes.
And what were some of the impact? What was the impact on your team, on the IT team?
So there's really minimal impact in terms of skill set because I had Salesforce admins and developers, and so they were able to move into the Remedyforce tool and quickly start being able to manage that as well because underlying it's the Force.com platform, and they know that. So that part was pretty easy to do.
And how about for your customers? I imagine they saw some differences as well.
Yeah, so again, for our customers, immediately those 4 people went back to work for them, which was huge. I talked to our Senior Director of Customer Success, and he said, we're getting responses back from cloud operations a lot quicker than we used to, again, just due to the visibility that we have now. And that in turn lets customer success deliver answers back to our customers quicker. So I think there's an immediate return there for them. They're delivering what the customers need quicker.
And what do you see for the future with Remedyforce?
Yeah, so when we purchased Remedyforce, we didn't buy it as a one-time tool to set up and leave it. We want to have a tool that we can invest in and grow in and keep adding functionality because service is one of our differentiators in the marketplace. And so to continue to develop and build functionality into Remedyforce that allows us to be more efficient and to provide better customer service, that's what we're going to continue to do going forward.
And Samir, how do you see that process?
Yes, so Remedyforce, as I said, is kind of journey. So once you get it as a phase 1 and phase 2 done, I would suggest to look into your enterprise apps and how you can bring them together. There are some functionality gap. Also, you can go to App Exchange and try if it fits. With our Action Hub Accelerator, you can get higher value for your investment. So this is something I would suggest when you think about buying Salesforce as a platform, which you are in, and Remedyforce as an app on top of it.
Hi, I'm Chad Hafterson, Director of Product Management for Remedyforce at BMC. I'd like to take the next couple of minutes to talk you through some of the key functionality of Remedyforce. Remedyforce is an IT service management solution built 100% natively on the App Cloud platform. That allows us to very easily interact with Service Cloud and other App Exchange apps. It also means we've designed the system to be very easy to implement and very easy to use. Now, we're going to start the demo off by logging in as an employee. When you log into the self-service portal, you see many new messages scrolling across the top that can tell you about what's going on with technology in the organization. You can submit a new ticket for something broken. You can request from predefined services, or you can view self-help articles. By looking at the common articles and common requests that are listed here on the front page, I see there's an onboarding request for a new hire, so I'm going to go ahead and select that. And very quickly, I can fill out this form for my new hire with start date, with the type of employee, the name of the employee, and we'll just enter some bogus data in here. Pick the department. We mentioned sales before. Position, it's a sales representative. I need to procure an employee. This is an important part because you can see as I select things on the screen, it actually changes the fields dynamically for me. So we'll select a laptop. I'm going to get this new resource, an iPhone, and then I need to grant them access to several of the systems that they're going to need to do their job. So we'll give them access to the HR system and to the Salesforce system. So let's submit. As this is submitting, we're going to change roles and we're going to move over to the IT staff side of things where I'm responsible for delivering on this particular request. So when I log into the Remedyforce console and refresh, you'll see the new request that I've just created up here at the top. When I drill into that, it's going to show me all the details that Sally just entered on that form that we showed. You can see I can scroll through all the details here. But more importantly, when I go to record details, you'll see that we've automatically created a number of tasks associated with this request for all of the work items that need to be performed to successfully set up Sally's new employment at the organization. Things like creating an Active Directory user account, things like creating their Oracle account for their new hires, things like setting up their workspaces and things like that. All of that is automatically created so we can assign those out to the various people responsible for it and make sure that they're completed in a timely manner. As I'm updating these tasks, the information is flowed automatically back towards Sally. But in this case, let's assume Sally's not happy with the information she's getting back or the time it's taking to complete this request, so she calls my manager, and my manager is stuck with, how do I figure out what to do next with this particular request that the user's asked me about? We have a new tool available called Smart Views that allows the manager to very quickly log in, find the request they're looking for, and open up the Smart Views, which then show them everything related to this particular request, from the request down to each of the individual tasks, so I can quickly scroll through and see what's going on. If I open up details, I can see the details about the incident. I can actually edit them right here. I can see details about the service level agreements that have been set up, and I can also drill through each of the individual tasks and see additional information, so I can quickly determine where the bottleneck is and get that addressed. The whole idea of Remedyforce is really helping you be more efficient in requesting information from IT or requesting help from IT, while also helping the IT staff be more productive by standardizing processes as much as possible. This is just a sample of many of the demos we have available for Remedyforce out on bmc.com. If you'd like to see more, go check out our website.
So one of the things we like to do on App Talks is always a little peer-to-peer advice. So Tony, if I was in your shoes, what advice would you give me? How do I get started on this process? What would you tell me?
Yeah, the first thing I would say is begin with the end in mind. Know what data you want out of your ITSM solution so that you can build your processes and document what you need before you get started in the implementation. It will just help your implementation go so much faster. And then, find out what you need in your environment. So for us, already being a longtime Salesforce customer, having Service Cloud, it was a natural fit to move to Remedyforce. And so that was easy for us. It's easy for our customer success team to use Remedyforce. It feels natural to them. And the third thing is, the App Exchange has so many customer service apps. So if I need something else, I can reach out to the App Exchange and probably find it and get it implemented quickly versus needing to go out and find another third-party product.
And Samir, from the implementation side, what advice would you give?
So from the implementation side, when you buy Remedyforce, which is ITIL compliant, you have a platform which is on a cloud. So tool is already been taken care. What makes a success is how you take the tool to the adoption. So we suggest that when you do a workshop or user acceptance test, bring more users, not only the sponsors, always the end user who is going to use that. And we did that with 5.9, that we bring bigger team together. We went through the process. So the learning curve about the tool for them was growing as we are growing the projects. At the end of the day, everybody felt good about it. And you can see the excitement. I met them in a Dreamforce, their team. We had a lunch together, and you can feel the excitement. And they're so passionate about making it to the next stage. So that's what I would suggest for a successful project. It's not technology, it's adoptions and the transformation on your side as well.
Well, that's great advice. Thanks, Tony and Samir, very much for being here today. And thank you for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you on the next App Talks.